What is up? Shop Talk. Shop Talk Podcast. And once again, we are live from the workbench. This is for August 19th, 2018. This is episode number 25. And this is the NBA's most underrated Iron Man of this era. This is starters and the full bench, all 12 players. And also I got a little update for the channel, but it's not necessarily an update for the channel. Maybe it's more just an update for me, but it's an update for you to know what the hell's going on and what to expect. Yeah, so let me get this all figured out here. And again, it's just a little update to let you know what's going on. And again, this is Iron Man of this era, and I seen a list online, and I tried to use players that weren't on that list, of course. And they did top 20, I think. And again, I might say some players that could have been mentioned on here. And a lot of people go, hey, a lot of millennials, which I'm considered a millennial. But anyways, a lot of millennials, a lot of younger people might not know these names, but you should. And they're underrated. There is a couple guys that just retired and a couple guys that are still playing. So here at point guard, 6'3", 172. That's how you know their real weight is because it's 172 and not 180 or 170 or even 175. And some people might scratch their heads at why I picked these people, but it's longevity, people. It's the Iron Man, okay? Iron Man meaning like AC Green. Guy played, 20 freaking years in the league. And he was actually called the Iron Man. I could have went with, I can't think of his first name. Parrish from the Celtics. He played the Chief. He played for years. So at point guard, 6'3", 172, Steve Blake. And I know people are going, hey, Steve Blake. One of the whitest guys. He was the babyface killer before the babyface killer. And had the worst, definitely the worst facial hair in the league. And but he holds the record for most assists in a quarter with 14. He played from 2003 to 2016. And I used to have this theory when he played on the Nuggets, because he played for a bunch of different teams. And also he played on the Trailblazers 3 different times. That's almost unheard of. But I had this theory when he played on the Nuggets and Iverson was there, that if Iverson and him would have stayed together, that Steve Blake would have broke the assist record, which I don't know what happened, but he was only on there for a half a season. Steve Blake, that is. So at scoring guard, which this guy could also play point guard, shake you up, shake and bake, 6'5", 185, still playing in the league, Jamal Crawford, Jay Crossover. Yeah, so he's been in the league since 2000. And, of course, I would have pulled up some stats on him, but it's hard as hell to find stats on a career stats, that is, on a player that's still in the league. And if you keep listening to this, you'll realize I didn't do that much research. So then, hometown hero, Toledo, Ohio, baby. And he is starting at the small forward position, 6'6", 220. And actually, he was a scoring guard mostly in the league. He could play small forward too. And in this positionless league, this is why I have him at the small forward, was because he was a post-up scoring guard. And that is Jimmy Jackson. A lot of people, Jim Jackson. He played on 14 teams. Wait, no, that's wrong. He played 14 seasons with 12 different teams. And his career stats were 14.3 points per game, 4.7 rebounds per game, and 3.2 assists per game, almost 13,000 points. And if you remember, later in his career, he sat on the bench of the Los Angeles Lakers behind Kobe Bryant. He didn't play that much. Earlier on in his career, he did. But I'm just telling you. Look up some highlights. Jim Jackson, number 22. Ohio State Buckeyes, baby. Okay. And if you're not an NBA fanatic, you probably won't remember some of these names. It's funny, he's at power forward. He's listed at 6'10". For some reason, 6'7" kept coming up. But at 6'10", 225 at the power forward position. And this guy, longevity was his name. Cliff Robinson, 1998 through 2007 was his playing career. That's a hell of a time. And think about this over the long period of that career. 14.6 points per game, 4.6 rebounds per game, 2.2 assists per game. That's a long fucking career. Okay. I mean, this team's an offensive juggernaut. Okay. Center position. You guys remember him playing next to the human highlight film for many, many, many years in a Atlanta Hawks jersey, 7 foot, 245 pounds, at the center position. Kevin Willis played from 1984 to 2005 and came back one more year in 2007 with the Mavericks. 12.1 points per game, 8.4 rebounds per game, 0.9 assists per game. Final retirement at the age of 44. Do I need to say no more? Okay. Off the bench. This could have went many, 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 many different ways. And some people are going to go, Okay. Or how about this? Some people would go, yeah. You know,
who the fuck said that?
That's okay. Oh, I forgot to mention. So, for those of you who do not know, there is a playground behind my house, and these drunken fools were stumbling up. I don't know if you say anything to them. I'm outside smoking a cigarette, like I shouldn't be, and the one falls over this little thing. Oh my god! And they call where I live Barfield Heights. Not a lot of people know that. The section of the city I live in. Fucking fools. Anyways, so off the bench, we're going with the man. He didn't really tackle LeBron. I may say he bear hugged him, but more like in the fetal position. Anyways, 6'4", 190, point guard, could be a scoring guard. Always wearing them glasses. I like them glasses. Kirk Hinrich, 2003 to 2016. Look up when the Bulls were playing against LeBron, and I think LeBron was on the Heat. Maybe he was on the Cavs. I can't remember. I think he was on the Heat. But he tackled LeBron. LeBron was going to the hoop, and he just kind of wrapped his legs and his arms around him. He didn't tackle him. LeBron kind of tackled Kirk. Anyways, tough as nails player. Look him up. Kirk Hinrich. Jesus, people. So, again, at the point guard position, 6'3", 200 pounds, point guard Andre Miller. Played from 1999 to 2016. In his whole freaking career, only missed 3 games. I think they were consecutive. So, only player in NBA history to at least have 16,000 points, 8,000 assists, 1,500 steals without making an all-star game. Yeah, it's not the greatest feat, but you know what? We're building the greatest team of unknown players here. Okay. On to the next. This is a scoring guard earlier in his career, small forward in his latter career. Andre Iguodala. Yeah. Did you know his middle name was Tyler? Makes a lot of sense. But he doesn't look like a Tyler. So, yeah, who would have guessed it? He's 3 months older than I am. And his playing career was from 2004 to the present. And he's probably got another 3 years. Very athletic. If anybody remembers, the guy couldn't shoot a three-pointer to save his life in the beginning of his career. Not much of a shooter. He would drive all the time. Hated to use him in the video games. So, at the small forward position, we have 6'7", 220, small forward Gerald Wallace. His playing career was from, if I wrote this down correctly, this says 2001 to 2015. Look up his pick on Nate Robinson. He leveled Nate Robinson. Nate was trying to play D, and he turned the corner when Nate played for the Chicago Bulls, and they were in the playoffs, and Nate had his head down, and I've referred to this before, and Gerald set a pick on him, and Nate didn't see him at all, and he just fell to the ground. Look that up. That's a great play. And back in the day, too, Gerald Wallace was a super high flyer. And during games, he wore this, like, padded thing that went underneath his jersey. I can't explain what it was. I don't know what it is. But, just, from falling on the ground after dunks and layups and stuff, and getting hit. Look that up. Jesus, it's going to be a short podcast tonight. And I want to get this out sooner. Yeah, this shit wasn't cooperating with me. So, at the power forward position off the bench, we have 6'9", 245, Al Harrington. Now, at one point, Gerald Wallace and Al Harrington were on the New York Knicks together. Oh, they call Al Harrington Buckets. Now he's playing in the Big Three. If you don't know what the Big Three is, go check it out. It's on Fox Sports Network. You can also see some highlights on YouTube. Of course, everything's on YouTube. And it's really fun to watch. 3-on-3 basketball. It's more like pickup or street basketball, whatever you want to call it. They've got a 4-point shot. It's really cool. Last year in the Big Three, he dominated the league. That's why they call him Buckets. He played 16 seasons from 1998 to 2014. I mean, some of these guys could still be playing in the league. Now, at 6'9", 240, playing the power forward / small forward position is Mr. Big Shot Rob himself, Robert Horry. The man with the most rings on this list, and with 7 championship rings. He played from 1992 to 2008. Career high was, for the whole season, was only 12 points per game. 7 points per game over his whole career. But he made some big shots. Again, back with Kevin Willis. Kevin Willis used to, hit the half-court shot. He was kind of known for that. Buzzer beater. And this guy could have made... Hold on. I'm feeling a little... Oh, God. This guy just passed away a few years ago. He should have made the starting lineup at center. And now I could be wrong about this, but there was a few players other than Danny Ainge, blah, 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 and Bo Jackson, all that bullshit, that were drafted in multiple drafts for different sports, and I believe he was one of them. I'm trying to think of that baseball player. There's a baseball player, anyways. He was drafted in the NBA, Major League Baseball, and the NFL. He played for Cleveland. Indians. Doesn't matter. So at 6'10", 260, center position, Moses Malone. He played from 1974 to 1995. That's unheard of. Okay? He led the league in rebounding from 1981 to 85. And also, I believe, in 79. Career average, he had almost 30,000 points. Almost. He's a few hundred off. So his career average, listen to this, over a span of 21 years, 20.6 points per game. That is fucking unheard of. 12.2 rebounds per game and 1.4 assists per game. Should have been a starter, but look him up. Just look him up. If you don't know who the hell that is, there's something wrong with you. But if you want to get in the NBA, look all these guys up. You should know who they are, especially some of the older guys. He's definitely one of the legends. And a notable mention, which I didn't mention, at center, because we've already done the 12 positions, or the 12, you know what I mean, 12 spots on the team. 6'10", 255, played a long time for the Seattle Supersonics and also Oklahoma City Thunder. Nick Collison, 2003 to 2018. Also roommates with Kurt Heinrich at Kansas. So, now that we're done with that, I'm out of material. But I got some more shit, and I got a little update coming up. Okay. So if you're new to the podcast, or if you're not, if you're a subscriber, which I really appreciate, the numbers for the previous month were great on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, and they've actually only have got better with this month, and I really appreciate everybody out there that listens. But to be honest with you, I'm going fucking broke, and I'll explain why. And I'm not trying to have a pity party, and I'm not looking for help from the help house. But I'm going broke, like broke, like real fucking broke. For many of you that haven't listened before or know me or listen to this podcast, you know that I worked at a pawn shop for 10 years. I actually interviewed for a job at a pawn shop, and I don't want to say anything bad about those guys because there's really nothing bad to say, but the interview went great, really good, and I thought I'd be working in another pawn shop, and it was super clean pawn shop. They have freaking firearms everywhere, which that's cool. That's where their money, there's money in that. Guns, firearms retain their value, so I totally get it. And just immaculate. Place looked great. Super nice guys. Thick Russian accents. But they were off on a little bit of what they're trying to offer me for a paying job. So they asked me how much I wanted. I told them. I said that's a little too much. They told me what the other guy made, basically, and so they made me an offer, and it was right in between where it wasn't enough. So hopefully, I didn't make a counter offer. I just told them that this is the least I can take. So maybe that will work out. I don't know that it will. If anybody is familiar with the pawn shop industry, they were trying to get me to do a 1099 instead of being a, actual employee. And I get that because, if it doesn't work out, they can just tell me to get fucked. I get it. So anyways, on to I'm fucking broke. Or what was that movie? The guy in the movie, How High? I Need Money. Okay, so I have a PayPal. It's in the description below, the link to it, and yeah, I don't want to beg for money, but there it is. Okay, there you go. Anyways, I did start another job. Doesn't pay that well. It's not fast food, but I'm working with food, and I don't mind it. You know, I like cooking. Obviously, you guys probably have seen the videos, some cooking videos. The rib video is doing very well, and it only came out 24 hours ago, and that's kind of what this is about. I don't exactly know what my schedule is going to be like, and I forgot to mention I got another job that I start next week. Same type of job. It's more during the days, and that will definitely help me be able to put out content and everything like that. Unfortunately, everybody's got to have a job. You know, hopefully one day this fucking picks up and goes fucking nuts. That would be great. So, yeah. So I start that. We'll see where it leads. Hell, I don't even know my schedule for next week. I know I work tomorrow. So when I say, you know, everybody, I hope you guys have a nice week, you know. So, yeah. I don't mean to be so short with the podcast because I know a lot of people like longer podcasts and all that stuff. I'm just trying to be real. I don't know what it's going to look like for. If you've ever listened to this before, you know that I usually put out new content on Sundays. The reason being, a lot of people don't. Since I have been putting out stuff, I've been usually putting out a video on Thursday or Friday for the cooking stuff, and then I put out the podcast usually Saturday night, and usually it doesn't hit iTunes till Saturday night or Sunday morning, early in the morning. So I don't know exactly. I want to try to keep up with schedule. I got some new videos planned. I already have some stuff that's pre-recorded and has been pre-recorded. I just haven't put it out because I don't think it's that good of a video. But I got another cooking video that I'm going to do. I've got all the ingredients for it. It'll be French bread pizza, and I know that doesn't sound that enticing, but this is not, you know, your Stouffer's French bread pizza. It'll certainly look like it, but I'm sure it'll taste a hell lot better than that. But I just want to keep everybody informed. Check out my PayPal. We're on Stitcher now. I know it doesn't matter that much, but it matters a lot to me, and I appreciate everybody that's listening. Yeah, I got to do a couple of these before I get off of here.
Who the fuck said that? Who's the slimy little communist shit twinkle-toed cocksucker down here who just signed his own death warrant?
Oh, yeah. That's hate speech. Don't want to say it too loud. Let's get a couple of these out of the way before.
Please like and subscribe and share so I can think my dad is cool.
Yeah, he thinks I'm cool anyways. But yeah, check out all the links and everything like that. I hope you guys have a good week. You guys take care. Have fun in your cubicles. And I'll see you next week.
Can it be that it was all so simple then?
Got me thinking, I remember the time.
Can it be that it was all so simple then?
Ain't no changing what's left.
Can it be that it was all so simple then?
Because we all race against death.
Can it be that it was all so simple?